Documenting interactions with your co-parent. My name is Camilla Davis. I'm an attorney in Durham, and I have been practicing law since 1999, so for 25 years now. I practice primarily in the area of family law, so I'm going to try to answer this question for you today. One of the most important things in preparing a custody case for a court to hear is to document the ways in which you and your co-parent communicate. We all know that today the ways in which most people communicate are via text or email. So when you think about using text and email as your primary sources of communication, you always want to write your emails and write your text messages as if somebody else is reading them. Think about, before you write, before you respond, how a judge is going to look at what you're saying. Take yourself out of the moment and out of whatever interaction you're having with your co-parent, no matter how horrible and awful you think they are and how horrible and awful the situation might be, and craft your response in such a way that the judge or your lawyer or maybe even your child could read it and could see that your goal is information sharing and effective co-parenting. Those are the two biggest pitfalls that folks fall into. They want to call the other parent out on what they're doing wrong. They want to tell the other parent all of the ills and all of the mistakes that they've made in parenting and raising the child, rather than focusing on sharing information that is necessary to make sure that your child is safe and happy and healthy in both homes, and making sure that you are being cordial and respectful, because a judge is likely to read those messages. If you are in a situation where your order says that you should use another platform for communication, like Our Family Wizard. Those are communication apps that actually keep a record and record when you send a message, when the other side reads the message, when the other side sends a responsive message. Those applications and platforms can be really positive in terms of cataloging and organizing your documentary evidence, your communications with your co-parent, in such a way that your attorneys and the judge can easily review it. The beauty of Our Family Wizard, just as an example, is that it also has a tone meter that you can turn on, and if you say something that's passive-aggressive or hostile or threatening, the system in itself will give you alternative language that you can use to make sure that you are, in fact, information sharing and cooperating with your co-parent. That documentary evidence can be one of the biggest pieces of information that a judge uses in determining which parent has the capacity to appropriately and effectively co-parent with the other. If there's one parent who is regularly communicating, sharing positive information, doing so in a cordial and respectful fashion, while the other parent is being accusatory or hostile or threatening or combative, the court will be able to read and see that in those messages and can utilize those messages as really solid evidence. It's not just what I say on the witness stand or what you say on the witness stand. The judge can read the messages and can read them over the course of time and therefore see what the patterns are. By having that information and by keeping these really important things in mind as you're communicating with your co-parent, not only are you doing what's right for your child by sharing information and being appropriate with your co-parent, you're also creating a really great evidence base if you end up in court.